The rainfall this morning, and it is leading to some traffic problems. Let's go now to KTVU's James Torres, live near the Oakland Hills, where flooding has created some backups. Are you near Highway 13? Is that where you are this morning?
Just north Highway 13, Allie. Good morning to you. We're along Highway 580, or rather 580 right now. You can see what's going on behind me, the work here. Only one lane westbound that's open at this moment here. This is just past Joaquin Miller Park here. If you're leaving the San Lorenzo Hayward area headed toward Oakland, one lane open of traffic here, which is just slowing things down, bottlenecking all of traffic along 580. If you were coming from Highway 13 up this way, took us about 30 minutes to actually get to this spot where we are right now. The debris is all over the roadway here. That's what happens when we get some of that torrential downpour. It just leaves a little bit of a mess of this mulch and branches that all get into the storm drains here, clogs up those drains, and creates a big problem of flooding here. Just exactly what you see. Caltrans on the scene. They've got what looks like a vacuum just kind of sucking up some of that water, getting it clear so that way we don't have that flooding on the roadway anymore. No real word on how long it's going to remain this way, but it's been this way for pretty much all morning long. This is just one headache of a problem we've seen all throughout the day today. We've seen down trees in some neighborhoods, down trees onto highways and streets as well. We've seen cars get into some small accidents, some spin-outs. Lots of people talking about hydroplaning too. When we talk about one of those trees being down, we were in San Mateo earlier this morning. We spoke to a man who owns a tree company, talking about some of the trees that he's been seeing all morning long. He was in the middle of cutting one down when we spoke to him. He said that was his fourth one of the day, and that was just a few minutes after 7 o'clock. All right, looks like we don't have that this morning, but that man was telling us it's just call after call, especially after 8 o'clock when you get some of these reports of trees down. They respond as soon as they can, and they just move over to the next one, and that is pretty much what the process is going to be for the remainder of the day today, and probably again a little later this week. Emergency response crews, fire crews, PG&E are all on standby for any reports of emergencies, power outages, you name it. They say they are ready to respond whenever they get those calls. And of course, as we've been saying all morning long, that rain is just going to continue to fall. It's gotten a lot slower since that 5 or 6 o'clock hour this morning, but it's going to come down still quite steadily. So if you haven't left for the day today, if you haven't walked out of your house today and you plan to do so at some point in the day, this afternoon, even later this morning, be sure to give yourself plenty of time, especially if you're anywhere near the East Bay, around the Oakland Hills, around 580, because the commute is going to be a slow one. And this is just one example of flooding we're seeing right now. There have been pockets of flooding all over the Bay Area, so just keep your eyes out, keep your eyes open, and make sure you give yourself plenty of extra time.